This computer. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming and watching again. This is my buddy Pete Kasinskas. We've been friends since high school. And honestly, we're probably the only two guys that gave a shit about working out in high school, about like weight training and stuff. And years ago, we were workout partners. We worked at a lumber mill together and even trained for a bodybuilding competition together. But within the last year and a half to 2 years, Pete has decided to get back in shape. He let himself get out of shape, and he is a very experienced user of Humanofort and understands a lot about it. And I'm just bringing him on to share his experience and other people that he's had use it. Um, from here, I'll let you take the floor, Pete. Like, I remember when you first started using it, and I can explain this. It was originally developed just for prolonging people's health and things like that. And the 2 capsules a day helps with recovery and anti-aging and balancing blood work and regenerating tissue and that kind of stuff. But we found that the 4 to 6 capsule range, you start seeing dramatic effects. There was studies done with rugby players, and even there was a study done with mice to see if there was even a point where there could be side effects, like giving them amounts that were ridiculous. And what would happen, it'd be like us taking like 50 capsules a day, right? And the only thing that happened, they lived twice as long as all the other mice. The females even lived longer, but all the mice naturally carried more muscle than all the regular mice, and the males wanted to breed more often. And then with rugby players, they were just testing like testosterone levels. And when they exceeded 3 a day, the recovery went way up from training, and their testosterone levels, they didn't go above natural range, but they went up into the upper range of natural. And if that way, if you ever have damage, your body instantly knows how many of these peptides to create in order to heal a wound, or training, things like that. And that's why we're able to train twice as often when we're on the Humanofort, because our recovery ability doubles. So um, if you could share your personal experience starting out with it, I'll give you the floor here.
Yeah, when I first started taking it, I mean, within the first, say, 2 weeks ish, I noticed a sleep for one just gets ridiculously good. Like you're constantly dreaming. You're in that REM sleep like most of the time. And then I found out that I could like lift twice a day and go hard twice a day, and I would still feel good enough to do it again the next day. And I did that for months and months and months. Would go lift twice a day, and like the side effects of working out, which normal people have, like I'm not doing that for 3 or 4 more days and you'd feel bad. But now it's like I could do everything every day. It's
Mhm.
just, yeah. But I think it's got to be like the sleep, which is the biggest thing for me, because working nights and swing shifts and whatever, my sleep is really important, and I don't get much if I'm not on this. But
Right.
with this, I sleep so deep all the time. If I'm like sleeping for 10 minutes, I'm dreaming that whole 10 minutes. And you
Mhm.
just feel so refreshed after even say 3 hours of sleep. I feel like I could stay up all day and go.
Yeah, that's one of the big things noted. I think Dr. Serrano noted it, but because we get so much better recovery from our sleep, and we are, when we do sleep, we're in a better state. You feel better on 4 hours of sleep than you normally would on 4 hours of sleep.
Oh, absolutely.
And it balances the brain neurons out. So where your dopamine would normally be in a huge deficit from less sleep, it's balanced out so you feel more alert,
Yep.
you
Yep.
know.
And I've
Uh,
noticed, especially on night shift, because most guys, I mean, you don't sleep great on when you're sleeping during the day. If I get like 5 hours of sleep on nights, I'm great. I'm not tired at work all night.
Hmm.
Before this, I would be, by the time it was like midnight, I'd be exhausted. Now I can stay up all night, not have to even think about, taking extra caffeine or any of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing. Caffeine, after about week 6 on it, people notice that caffeine is twice as effective as it normally would be. And that's the restoring of the adrenal cortex and the hypothalamus. But um, then when you went to, I remember you were taking the ecti growth, so at that point you were on like 6 a day.
Yep.
And that's where everybody I've ever trained, when we get them on 6 a day, they're so hyper responsive to their own testosterone, even and stuff,
Mm.
that you'll notice your sex drive goes through the roof and your strength starts going up and recovery is stupid. Like you can eat protein all day and train like
Yep.
constantly.
Yep.
And that's one of the huge advantages. And then you've probably seen Rusty Jeffers. He's one of our team Humanofort guys. He's in his 60s and he's still beating everybody in pro shows.
I have seen
And
him.
a lot of it is because Humanofort has our body running at a more youthful level. He's able to recover and grow like he did when he was in his 30s.
Right.
And um, then with like my micro dosing protocol of testosterone, we can administer just enough where it doesn't shut you down.
Yep.
But the Humanofort makes you a hyper responder. So your receptors are turned up. So the signal of the testosterone is much stronger than it normally be. So you actually would be like somebody else taking more testosterone, but you're not shutting your own body down.
Right.
And for people that have taken too much at times, things like that, their hypothalamus does shrink, the testes shrink, and the Humanofort regenerates all that. The hypothalamus comes back, the adrenal cortex, and then the testes, and it's even got activin in it, which is really a really strong fertility. It's for fertility. And
Mhm.
there's a lot of people that have gone to fertility clinics and failed. They start taking Humanofort, and then a few months later they're pregnant, you know, because it fixes that naturally. Um, do you have, I know you have family, things like that, that you have taking it.
Both of my folks take it. They're in their mid 70s, and my one older sister takes it, and they've been in love with it since they started taking it too. My dad started probably close to a year ago, and he
Mhm.
started it within like 3 days. He noticed his sleep was getting so much better. And he's super active. I mean, he's never in the house. He's always out doing something.
Mhm.
So it's got him back on his feet. And then my mom started taking it like a month or so after. And for some reason, I don't know if it happens with all women, but it seems for women, it takes like 2 weeks for it to kick in. Oh, my aunt and uncle are both also on it, and they're similar in age and same thing. My uncle started noticing the effects about 3 days after, and my aunt was like 2 weeks after. But they're everybody that takes the proper dose and doses regularly knows that it works and feels the difference.
Yeah.
I've had a couple people try it. They're like, "Oh, I didn't notice much." I'm like, "Well, did you take the proper dose?" "No, I just took one a day." I'm like, "If you're not going to take the right dose, it's not going to work." And
Yeah.
and being on it for 1 month, you do notice it. But like I last spring, I gave Brittany my last bottle because I was like, "Oh, I'll just be out for a week." I felt terrible after I ran out for a
Yeah.
week. Oh my God, I wasn't sleeping. I'd wake up feeling just exhausted. Like, yeah, I definitely could
Yeah.
tell that I'm not taking it. And
And
like, if
then,
anybody doubts that that it doesn't, where it works or whatever, quit taking it for a week. You'll feel terrible.
yeah,
You'll feel normal. And that's not a good feeling.
a lot of my clients that happen, what happens is when you start taking it, it's very gradual. And a lot of
Yep.
people don't understand this. It's just natural growth factors that our body, that built our body. And as we age, they decline and then things get thrown off. by giving these to the body, it's able to run at a very youthful level, and if at even better levels even. And so, but it happens so gradually, and the longer you take it, the more prominent it gets.
Yep.
And then
Definitely.
after like 10 years of taking it, that's why a lot of people have been on it for a long time. They defy their normal age, you know. But I've had other clients tell me that they get used to the way they feel on it. That's the way they are all the time. And then they quit taking it, and then all of a sudden, 3 days later after their workouts, they're just like, God, I don't want to work out today. Like,
Yep.
downhill.
Yep.
And that's when they realize, like, holy crap, it was doing that. And
Yep.
the quality of sleep, that's something that a lot of people tell me, and I experienced right away, was even if I only slept really like 4 hours or something, I still was able to function for a full day at work and be okay.
Right.
And
And even if it was just the sleep you got of it and none of the recovery, it's still worth it just for the sleep.
yeah,
But you get everything else from it too. But yeah, it's
did
pretty
you?
amazing.
Now, a lot of women like it because of the skin, nails, and hair. It pulls collagen into the skin. Your nails start growing faster and thicker.
Yep.
For us guys, that's irritating because
Yeah.
my nails get so thick I have to use toenail clippers on them, and they clip them more often.
Right.
Or for girls that usually have thin nails that break and they can never grow them out, all of a sudden oh my God, I have fingernails, you know.
Yeah,
And
Brittany, she gets her nails done. She gets
mhm,
whatever the girl stuff, but they grow out so much faster, so she has to get them done every like 3 weeks instead of every month and a half now.
mhm. Yeah, and then the hair growth, like where you shave, you'll notice the next day the
Yes.
stubble comes in a little quicker.
Yep.
It's just because everything's just regenerating faster.
Yep.
But you said something, I think it was about your mom. Did she, somebody in your family was able to quit some antidepressants and somebody was able to quit like arthritis medication?
Oh no, my dad was on some blood pressure stuff. He was on
Mhm.
several, and he got taken off of one of them, and they lessened a lot of it. My mom's hands were getting arthritic, and I lessened them by like quite a bit. The pain in her hands kind of, it's not totally gone, but it's considerably less than it was when she started taking it.
Yeah. So that's one
So,
thing it does is it naturally fights inflammation in the body that's not normal and then balances out blood work. So you're like, and what's the one hormone? Aldosterone. Like it balances aldosterone out so you don't have the peaks and valleys in blood pressure. Um, it helps the regenerating of vessels and keeping them pliable, things like that. So the blood pressure can naturally normalize. Where I had that too when I had my heart issues. I was on all these heart meds, and after taking Humanofort, I completely quit taking beta blockers and then cut losartan in half. And um, the I had always been on an SSRI, and I had been for years, which I found the one that I was taking was even a contributor to heart function as far as declining. And I've been able to come off of those for the first time in my life. And
yeah.
because it balances out the brain neurons, and when you come off of them, it helps it happen faster so you don't get that as bad of a like a deficit for until things start coming back. And even women that have taken birth control, for example, their hypothalamuses have shrunk. It'll help bring that back. And postmenopausal women really benefit from it. Um, and that's might be if the old, like you said, women were older, started taking it, it took a couple weeks more to kind of notice differences because it's probably going to work reversing a lot of the stuff that the postmenopausal has been for a while.
Right.
Um, and then you mentioned your son Link. When he's in football, you give him one after games and stuff like that, and he feels better the next day.
Yep. Yep. Doesn't feel as sore and banged up.
Yeah. And our friend Shane, he told me the same thing with his son Brock. Says
Yep.
he gives it to Brock, same thing. Brock works out and feels great, does it again. And
Yeah, Shane seems to be doing real well with it too since he
yeah,
started.
he's told me that he contacted me and said that now that he's been taking it steady for a while, he's like, okay, I see the difference. And, you know,
Yep.
um, and then working out wise, it has FGF21 in it, which is what our body releases when we're fasting, which helps autophagy. It breaks down dead cells and then they can regenerate as new. And it helps speed up fat usage. If your diet's proper, you can
Yep.
burn, you're going to burn fat a little faster. And um, the hormone response I mentioned, but the the benefits of that, you will get the benefits of fasting without actually fasting. And when you do go, like, let's say you take 12 hours, you don't eat, you'll get
Yep.
twice the benefit, and your cortisol won't go so high out of range that it becomes overly catabolic. It
Right.
keeps that in a healthy range. And the autophagy is really important even for cancer prevention because renewing cells faster, um, the death of cells and them not being able to regenerate is what causes a small tumor at times. So there's
Hmm.
a preventative aspect there's a lot of cancer preventative aspects of it. And then alongside cancer treatment, it helps drastically because it's a free radical scavenger and it forces oxygen into cells, and cancer hates that. Plus, it'll
Right.
balance out the growth hormone that keeps climbing because of the tumor.
Mhm.
And that way, the tumor doesn't keep just growing, and they're able to, you know, it's alongside cancer treatment is incredible.
Mhm.
Also, like chemotherapy will destroy your natural growth factors that your body would naturally have. So by taking Humanofort while people are going through chemo, they still will feel a little more normal because they're getting those and are able to sleep and regenerate and recover and things like that. Where when they're just on the chemo without it, they really feel like crap, you know.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, other than your experiences um, working out, your parents, what did your sister seem to talk about? Your sister was taking it, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's still she's a PTA, a physical therapist assistant. So she's working with her hands and doing like deep tissue massages all day today. And she said her hands, I used to like just feel just terrible every day. And she takes it just religiously, and her hands aren't they don't hurt anymore when she's done with her day.
Yeah,
Um, that's her big benefit out of it. And then I don't know if she's working out or anything, but yeah, she just likes it just for the fact that her hands aren't killing her every evening when she's done with work.
yeah, awesome.
So, and then going if you eat right on this stuff, it's super easy to just kind of lean out and stay where you want to stay on this.
Yeah,
Eat right. And I noticed that at the beginning too, because when I first started taking it, I was at my heaviest and I just started eating better, and the weight came off really fast, and my strength gains, they went through the roof within the first month. I was doing way more than I thought I would be doing in the first month. And I had been working out for probably maybe 6 months before I started taking Humanofort, and the strength gains just multiplied once I started.
mhm. And then the fat loss started getting faster as well.
Yes. Yep.
And a lot of that, if we're eating properly, every pound of lean muscle we gain will burn 3 pounds of fat. So, like that's where you're just eating high quality protein and, you know,
Yep.
if you're eating some carbs, just eat some whole fruit
Yep.
kind of stuff.
Yeah. Basically, my diet consists of meat and all, like pretty much all the fruit and all the vegetables.
Hmm.
I just stay away from processed anything. Like one day a month, I'll have a cheat day, just one day a month, and it's an all dayer, and it's amazing. But but yeah, just one day a month, I just go out and I'll get pizza and ice cream and do whatever I want for one day, and it kind of resets my body anyway. Like I'll go to bed that night and I'll just wake up the next day just starving, and I'm just hungry for like 3 or 4 days after that. I'm just like wanting to eat everything.
Hmm.
So yeah, just it's what I've been doing. I've been doing it for almost 2 years now, and I'm maintaining. I'm right at 182 right now,
Hmm.
and I even after a cheat day, I might gain a little bit of water weight, but then I get back down. I'm cruising at like 181 pounds normally
Hmm.
is my regular walking around weight,
Yeah.
and that's compared to what I was at. I was my heaviest. I was at like 226, I think, a couple years ago, and
Hmm.
it was a mushy 226.
Yeah, it wasn't like a weightlifter's soft
No, no,
226. It was,
no, no.
you
No, it was a weak, mushy 226.
um, yeah, with that said, did you have anything else you can think of that you'd like to share?
No, I mean, if you're thinking about getting into shape and Humanofort is, yeah, that's better than anything I've taken. I
Mhm.
mean, it just makes you feel great. Just the sleep alone is worth every penny.
Yeah,
And I mean, if you want to work out, work out. If you don't, you'll still feel better taking it than not.
yeah.
That's
Is
all. I mean,
that,
it's pretty magical stuff, really.
yeah, that's what it was created for. Like Emmerich, the one that is the creator of it now, he was actually taught by the first scientist in the world that discovered growth factors. And um, he actually wanted the product to be solely sold to people as a supplement so everybody had the ability to take it. And he made Emmerich promise to keep it as a supplement so
Yep.
everybody could take it, not
Right.
let big pharma get a hold of it. Don't let,
Yep. Yep.
and Emmerich was a bodybuilder, so there was a study done in Romania, and Emmerich's the guy didn't publish it, but I have a copy of the study. That's where he used it on the rugby players and
Mhm.
their their recovery, muscularity, and testosterone levels all were heightened, and even shows at what doses caused the most. And what we've seen athletically, of course, even two a day is going to help you, but
Yep.
once you go to three, four, that's
Yep.
where the recovery really starts getting enhanced and the sensitivity to hormones starts really going up and things like that. And then once you hit the six mark, it's like you would obviously get the more you take, the more benefit you're going to get. But the
Yep.
benefits after six start getting very
Smaller.
smaller and smaller to the point where it's like, six a day is good,
Yep.
it's fine.
Yep.
But for most people, four a day that somebody that works out, four a day is going to give you great recovery
Hmm.
and anti-aging, like the benefits for anti-aging and um, a lot of people don't understand this, the preventative maintenance. It's
Right.
literally my fiance, she was getting osteoporosis when she started taking it, and 6 weeks later, that was gone. She had fibrocystic breast syndrome. After a year of taking it, that was going away. And she noticed in the first month, all of a sudden, her fingernails are growing out, and her hair grows ridiculously fast.
Yep.
And um, the collagen pulling into the skin, because a lot of people spend a lot of money on those collagen supplements, but they don't. The claims are so false because our body just breaks it down and uses it protein. The signal comes from the signal itself comes from epidermal growth factor, which is in there, and is what signals the skin to take up more collagen. And that's where you'll see certain fine lines and wrinkles start to diminish and things like that. And the skin stays more elastic as we age.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's each growth factor has a whole skew of things that it does. I think of them as like little workers that are constantly in your body maintaining everything, and they complete cellular communication. So if something's off, your body knows it's off. Like
Right.
everything communicates with everything and balances the things out, and then will raise things to compensate for certain things, like when you're working out, or um, even the villi in the small intestine. It helps us absorb 18% more of the protein that we eat, and it lengthens and strengthens telomeres, which are a lot to do with life expectancy in our DNA. So there's all kinds of things about it that are incredible. But
Yep.
um, otherwise, I will let you get on with the rest of your day. I know you got night shift tonight, so
I get to go do a back workout, then start night shift.
yeah. Well, good luck with that. I appreciate your um, joining me here and sharing your experience. I've been wanting to do this for a while.
Yep, not a problem.